Each year, one of the largest gaming conventions, Gen Con, happens in August. This is a time where all those publishers that attend love to release brand new games. Of all those hundreds of brand new games, which ones are people buying? Are they replacing games that are already popular? Let's find out as we look at the top 10 sold games for Miniature Market in August 2018. My name is Marty Connell. Welcome to my new monthly series where I'm going to look at the top 10 games sold each month as reported by Miniature Market. These are games that are classified as board games, and that will include expansions, reprints, but excludes accessories such as sleeves, dice towers, etc. And with that, let's jump into it. Coming in at number 10, Arkham Horror LCG Heart of the Elders Mythos Pack. Heart of the Elders is the third Mythos pack in the Forgotten Age cycle. Personally, I love the Arkham Horror card game. I've played a lot of strategy games and I've played a lot of narrative games. This is one game that really merges those two well together. So I'm glad to see that this game is still as popular as what it is. Coming in at number 9 is the 2018 Spiel des Jahres winner, Azul. This game released last year from Plan B Games and is a really good abstract game that's won a lot of awards. And I really think that's helped keep it in the top 10. That, and it's actually a really good game. At number 8 is the game that came out of nowhere earlier this year, The Mind. This inexpensive card game, which was first released over in Europe, is now making its way over to the States, and it's just as popular here as it was there. I'm sure you've seen it at many homes and conventions, and if you haven't played it, I think it's one of those games you really need to experience. Coming in at number 7, Leader Games gives us their follow-up to their very popular Vast with their game Root. This game has been seen all over the place and is actually currently number 1 on the BGG hotness list. It is now available for sale, and everybody that's played it has really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to check it out. Coming in at number 6 is our second expansion in the countdown, which is Cythe, Rise of Fenris. This is the conclusion to the Cythe expansion trilogy. These expansions have helped keep this game very popular, which was originally released in 2016. Coming in at number 5 is our only reprint on the list, Targhee 2nd Edition. This game from Cosmos was originally released in 2012. Since then, it's been very hard to find, so Cosmos has decided to come out with a 2nd edition so that those of us who want to play it can actually have a chance to try it now. Coming in at number 4, which is one of the more popular games at Gen Con, Detective, a modern crime board game. I've had a chance to play this game a few times, and every time has been an amazing experience. The rule set is very easy to understand. The core game is very simple to follow, but what it creates is this amazing narrative environment where you're working with your friends to solve this crime story. I highly recommend it if you haven't checked it out, because right now it may be my favorite game of 2018. Before we get to our top 3, I want to announce a contest that we're going to be doing. Growing up as a kid, I was a huge fan of Casey Kasem's America's Top 40. And one of the segments he did on each of his shows was something he called a long distance dedication. This was where somebody would write a letter into Casey, want to dedicate a song to somebody. As an homage to him, Miniature Market is going to work with me in order to be able to do a long distance board game dedication. What we would like you to do is dedicate a board game to a friend or family member by telling us a story or anecdote. We're going to take all those together, read each one, and pick one that we'll read on next month's video. The one that we picked will have that board game sent to their family or friend, or a gift card for the equivalent amount. To enter, there is a link in this description. The link is really simple to remember. It's miniaturemarket.com/RDTN, RDTN, which stands for Rolling Dice and Taking Names. And there you can fill out a form that will be submitted, and then we'll look through all those and we'll pick a winner next month. This is a contest that we're probably going to do each and every month, so get your entries in now for the long distance board game dedication. Now let's get back to our countdown. Coming in at number 3 is our third expansion of the top 10, which is Terraforming Mars, the Prelude expansion. This game is as popular now as it was back when it was released in 2016. But that doesn't keep Stronghold Games resting on its laurels, because they have been releasing a lot of expansions over the past 2 years. This inexpensive expansion adds 5 new corporations and 7 new project cards. At number 2 is a pre-order of a game that was announced at Gen Con from Fantasy Flight Games' Forged the Ark deck. This game from Richard Garfield, who is also the designer of Magic the Gathering, has a very cool business model. Every deck that you buy is unique. Nobody else has it. This makes each deck feel different and unique from anybody else that you're going to play against. It also helps eliminate that need for chasing cards and deck building, as you just take the deck out of the box and start playing right there. This game must have really made a serious impression to already be number 2, and it's not even out yet. Before we get to the number 1, let's look at the number 1 sellers in several other categories. The top selling RPG item in August was Fantasy Flight Games' Star Wars Ciphers and Masks. The top-selling non-collectible miniature game in August was the Star Wars X-Wing 2nd Edition Galactic Empire Conversion Kit. And the top-selling collectible miniature game was the Dungeons & Dragons Waterdeep Dragon Heist Booster Brick. And the number 1 top-selling game in August 2018 is the Keyforge Starter Set. At number 2, we had the individual decks, and the starter set includes some rules, some tokens, and some basic decks to get you going. So it makes sense this is probably going to be the number 1 seller, since the decks were number 2. I'm just amazed at how fast this game has taken off. People are excited about it. They've put in their pre-order for it. Now they're just waiting to see if they like it. Let's see if it has any legs when it comes out, and we'll see how well it sells in future months. And that concludes this look at the top 10 selling games from August 2018. A big thanks to Miniature Market for providing all that information and for providing the contest that we're going to be running. Again, remember to make sure to check that out. That's our long distance board game dedication. Look at the links down below. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe. If you want to check out our podcast, you can do so at rolldicetakenames.com. We are also on iTunes, and with all the games that you've seen here today, you can go check them out and buy them at miniaturemarket.com. So make sure to check back again next month to see how this list changes, what new items come in, what ones drop off. We'll see you then.